Hi everyone, my name is Kristen. I also go by Ms.Filmingo and welcome to today's video. So today I have an exclusive for you all. I'm so happy to share my interview with the cast and director behind the crypto thriller Cold Wallet. Cold Wallet hits theaters and on digital on February 28th. The film is directed by Cutter Hodierne, stars Raul Castillo, Melonie Diaz, and Josh Brener. We'll be speaking with Cutter along with some of the cast members. Before we jump into the interviews, let me give you all a quick rundown of the film. After losing everything in a crypto scheme, a rag team of vigilante Redditors attempt to kidnap the kingpin who screwed them over. But when the home invasion takes a turn for the worse, they become victims in a sadistic game. Now that you all know a little bit about the film, let's go cut over to my interviews. The first interview will be with Josh and Cutter, followed by Raul and Melonie. Please enjoy. How are you? It's so lovely to be speaking with both of you today.
Yeah,
Likewise.
likewise.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. So congratulations on all the hard work. The one thing I noticed about this film is that Josh, you are a producer of the film.
I think all of us are Tony
Yeah,
and Raul and Melanie. Yeah.
yeah, everybody is. And I just got to ask, how did this project come together? And there's such a fascination with crypto. A lot of people are into it. Why did you want to tell the story and give it out to the world?
Well, back in like 2001, when all of the fiasco was going on with GameStop and Dogecoin and these kind of this like frenzy, I just became really fascinated with the characters and the kind of mythology that was like being created in front of our eyes. And I thought it was this kind of perfect opportunity to make like a dark comedy slash thriller. And because the world of crypto kind of has this like inherent sense of humor and an inherent sense of darkness. So I thought it was the natural kind of like mashup.
Josh, why did you want to sign on to the project?
I mean, as with so many things, it really for me started with the script, which our writer John Hybe and Cutter just crafted this awesome story with great characters, and such a fan of Cutter's work, which made it easy, like an immediate easy yes, and then also getting to work with people like Tony Cavallero and Raul Castillo and Melanie Diaz is just like people I'm a huge fan of, both personally and professionally, and it just was yeah, kind of the dream scenario.
It, I love the way the whole film comes together. It's like this unique home invasion film because it felt like the Steven Soderbergh vibes immediately, and he's assigned to the project. What is your favorite Steven Soderbergh project?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, Aaron Brockovich is kind of maybe one of my favorites of his because I just think it's such a perfect film. Like I watched it maybe a year ago and again, and I couldn't believe how perfectly edited it is. It's like a perfectly paced movie all the way to the final scene. So I mean that's a hard one not to love. Lots of his work though, but that's the one for me that really stands out.
Josh, what about you?
Is it boring to say oceans? Is it okay
No,
to say
not at
oceans?
all. No, that's one of my favorites, honestly, because I could feel the vibes. I want you to join on an Oceans movie. I'm hearing that reboot rumors. I could see you. I could see you as a little
Put me in,
schemer
coach.
that you are a little schemer in the movie, so I could see you.
I would also
So
throw in Traffic. Like Traffic is
traffic, yeah.
Yeah,
like
totally.
that world. I love movies like that. And honestly, the big sleeper one for me is Logan Lucky. Like Logan Lucky is
Yes, thank you. Nobody
awesome.
understands the hype for that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. And I love but as I wrap up, I gotta ask, what do you hope audiences take away?
Well, I hope it's an entertaining night at the movies or night at home at the movies. Like it's a fast-paced, really fun ride. And then I ho also hope that it makes us think a little bit about like the world, specifically in America that we live in terms of wealth inequality and the desperation of people who are trying to get ahead. And so I think both of those things. But I would say overall, I hope it's just a fun, entertaining uh, night out.
Josh, what about you?
I hope it leaves an impression on specifically my dad, and he stops getting scammed on the internet.
Oh yeah, we gotta stop those two. We gotta stop the
I
scammers.
just hope we stop clicking on the links and downloading the obvious malware. That's my
Yeah,
hope. Yeah.
that's my hope too. I'll take that. I wasn't thinking of that, but that's my hope too. But thank you both. I wish I got to talk to you both longer, and I can't wait to see what you both do next.
Thank you so
Thank
much. It was
you.
nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you too. Hey, it's lovely to meet both of you. Congratulations on all the hard work on this film.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so I was just speaking with Cutter and Josh. I heard that you both are producers of the film. Why did you want to just not just star in this project, but also produce the project?
I mean, I like the idea of having more of a hand as an actor. Sometimes we're we're just a cog in the machine, and being sort of having a little bit more of like a direct hand and bringing stories to life is really exciting, and not just being a passive member of the company, but an active member of the company with a real whose voice matters beyond just what my role and as in my character does. Was
Right.
really exciting. Yeah.
And why did you both want to sign on this project? Like, how did you get your hands on it?
I just came through like my manager, and I read it and I was like, this is very layered tonally. This is like a heist thriller, also a comedy. I love that Eva was this badass alpha female, the smartest of the bunch, the kind of like architect of the plan. Um, I love that she was righteous and angry and willing to do whatever she needed to do to get get her money back. Um, yeah, I just it had all these elements of like the cast being great. Uh, yeah, it was kind of like a perfect package.
Yeah, definitely.
Completely.
What was the best part about working with Cutter? Because I thought he did a great job directing.
Yeah, Cutter brings a lot of um I think he brings like a real search for authenticity, and he's always trying to find the truth of the scenes and the material. I mean, this cold water compared to Fishing Without Nets, this first film is quite funny. Fishing Without Nets was really not terribly funny. It didn't have a whole lot of humor to it, but even though Cold Wallet has that kind of element to the tone, I felt like he was always striving to find the authenticity in the moment, and he really trusts his actors. Like he put a great group of actors together, and he puts a lot of trust in us, and we're sort of allowed to do what we do without having too many constraints, but still working on this wonderful material.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Melanie. Yeah, Melanie, what did you enjoy the most about working with Cutter?
I mean, Raul said it all perfectly, but I also just think he's just like a really nice person. And, you know, I don't take that for granted, just working with
Mm,
nice
Yeah,
people who are
so
good
true.
and, want to show up and do good work and be kind to others. I think that is so, it sounds so simple, but it's just really great when you get to come across it.
definitely. And I loved the acting. All of you are just so stellar in this film, and I was able to believe every single like inch of like the intensity and everything that was going on. It blew my mind. Steven Soderbergh is attached to the project. So I have to ask, he's like one of my favorite filmmakers. Raul, I know you got to work with him in the past.
You did
Uh,
on what?
he was in Unsane, which
Funny. Yeah,
I don't think gets
Yeah.
enough credit. I think it's a great thriller.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I love Steven Soderbergh. Okay.
yeah.
I didn't know
He
that
was
about him.
so insane. He shot entirely on an
It
iPhone.
was on the
iPhone.
iPhone. That was the gimmick for
Yeah,
the marketing,
my
which is why I
my
went to go see it in theaters.
my first day on set, we are like in this kind of mental institution, a bunch of us, and we're shooting this group scene. We're on these beds in this mental, and Steven, who oftentimes camera operates his own films,
Yeah.
is he's sitting in a wheelchair, which is his dolly, and he's being pushed around with a little tripod with the iPhone, doing a tracking shot. He was like the most surreal. I also a huge fan of Stevens and of many of his films over the years. And I was, it was a real pinch me moment because not only am I getting to work with Steven Soderbergh, but then he's also filming on an iPhone. And it was very surreal. So when Cutter and John let us know that he was coming on board as a producer, that was really, really exciting for sure.
So I gotta ask, what's your favorite Steven Soderbergh project? Because I just love that director so much.
I mean, I kind of always have to go back to Traffic and Benicio del Toro. I mean, that was a performance that was sort of
Mhm.
indelible and like one of those that I watched early in my career, and I was like, I want to do what that dude's doing because he's just finding like, and it was at the right and I mean, he had already done Usual Suspects. He'd done like a couple of, he was in Basquiat, but that character, that was the role that I mean, he won the Oscar for the role, so I wasn't the only one that felt so, yeah.
Of
So
course, you like
that
Benicio. Benicio used
Yeah.
to
yeah,
be like his name used to be the password to everything. Like I
Yeah.
just
that's hilarious, really.
like I'd be like Benicio. Like oh, I love him so much. He's
Mm,
freaking.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Melonie, what's your fave?
Out of
Besides
sight.
Out of
oh
Sight. Oh, that's
yeah,
such a
yeah.
good one. I love that movie
That's a good one.
with Jennifer Lopez. Oh, so iconic. I
That
love
like
that
that
film.
like sex scene where like
Oh my
all the
gosh.
editing and like you don't see anything, but like the way he cuts it is the most sexiest thing ever. It's just like so good.
It's so stellar. But as I wrap up, I gotta ask you both, what do you hope audiences take away after watching Cold Wallet?
I hope they have a great time. I mean, it's a really entertaining film. I think it moves fast, and it keeps it keeps you on your toes, and you don't know what's happening next. And I think it's a fun ride of a film. So I hope they're as thrilled as the audiences I've seen watch the film.
Yeah,
Yeah, for them to have fun, learn about crypto, root for these, unruly characters.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's going to conclude my interviews with the cast and director of Cold Wallet. Be sure to check out the film when it hits theaters and on digital starting February 28th. Thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, share this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and don't forget to follow me on social media. The links are provided down in the description. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!